What is the corporate tax?
California has a corporation tax in addition to the state personal income tax and the state sales tax. The corporation tax is a flat rate for corporations at 8.84%.
California corporations pay almost 9% of their profit that is attributable to California. This is very complicated because if you're a multi-state corporation, let's say General Motors or something big like that, you have some facilities in California, but most of your business is outside California. So we have to come up with a way of apportioning how much of your profit is due to your activities in California. And there are some ways that we do that. But once we've determined that, or if you're an entirely in-state corporation, we look at your, it's not technically profit, it's your net revenue, meaning there's certain allowable expenses like your building that you work out of and the equipment that you had to purchase, and all that other sort of thing that's necessary to run a business, certainly your employees' salaries and all that, your employees' health care. You take that away from the amount of revenue that the company gets from selling its product or its service, and that's your net revenue, and that gets taxed at just under 9%.
The corporation tax rates dropped twice over the last quarter century. The first time was in 1987 when we conformed to federal law. The state reduced the rate from 11% to 9.3%. And then in the mid-1990s, the rate fell again. It was reduced from 9.3 to 8.84%.
Who pays corporate taxes?
Most businesses, oddly enough, are not corporations that pay corporate taxes. Most businesses, like my business, are LLCs, which is limited liability corporations, or they file income tax under something called S Corp. So they're not a C corporation. The big businesses tend to be corporations and they pay corporate tax. But the smaller businesses pay income tax through pass-through entities like an LLC, or they're single proprietors who pay income tax that way.
I'm an attorney. I pay income tax and self-employment tax.
I am a commercial insurance broker, and I own an independent insurance agency. We pay corporate taxes.
How are the revenues used?
I'm assuming it goes to general fund that funds all the different processes.
Well, it just goes into the general fund like a lot of other revenues, so it can be used for whatever purpose the legislature deems a priority.
How does California's corporate tax compare?
Our rate is on the high side. We're not quite the highest corporate tax state, but we're very close to the top.
Not all states throughout the country have a corporation tax. So, in fact, some of the states surrounding California don't have a corporation tax. It just depends on the way in which individual states' tax structure is put together.
California's corporations pay an 8.84% flat rate on profits. There are 700,000 corporations in California, 400,000 with net income.